Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So today we're going to be playing with these nesting piercing ticket frame dies from Waffle Flower, and we're going to be creating a fun card using the gorgeous pre-cut pink velvet PET tape from the washi tape shop. If you've not used PET tape before, basically it's a transparent tape, a bit like sellotape, but it's got pretty pattern designs on. And the washi tape shops sell tapes that have got pattern design throughout the whole of the tape, or as this one is today, sticker tape. So I'm going to be using that today. It saves all the fussy cutting, and I think that's one of the biggest put-offs for people with PET tape is the fussy cutting. So I love the fact that the washi tape shop have now started doing these designs where the sticker's already pre-cut for you. All you've got to do is peel them off the backing tape and stick them down, and they are so pretty. So I'm going to be creating a wedding card today, and I'm going to be using my nesting dies to create a kind of cake style card. I absolutely love how this turned out, and I'm also going to show you a way to create the same design but with stamps, so stick around if you want to see that too. So I'm just taking some of the stickers here and I'm just adding them to some white card. I only need to use 3 because I'm going to be making a 3-tiered cake. And I'm going to just bring in my Spellbinders Scout die cutting machine. So this is my mini die cutting machine. I absolutely love this. It's so easy to use and it's really compact. And I love the fact that the plates are slightly longer than you'd get on a normal mini machine. So it means that I can die cut all 3 of these dies in one pass. So I'm just making sure that I get a really nice section of the design of the tape, and then I'm just going to run that through here and cut those images out. Also, by running it through the die cutting machine, it helps make sure that those stickers are stuck down really well. So I'm going to remove all of those pieces now, and we've got all of our frames and the inserts for the frames as well. So I'm going to add foam tape to the centre pieces of the die cuts or cake layers so that they have some dimension and are popped up, and that'll add a really nice effect to the finished card. That tiny piece there, I've just trimmed some foam tape down so that it fits nicely, but you could just die cut that piece a few more times if you prefer. And I am going to add a little bouquet of flowers to the top of the cake as some decoration. So I'm just going to line up my cake pieces, take them off, pop that sticker down, and then I can make sure that that's nice and centered on the top of the cake. And then I'm just going to add some liquid glue now to each of those layers of the centers or the frames of the dies, so that I can then just line those up nicely. And using liquid glue just allows you that wiggle room time. I'm working on my glass mat from Glassboard Studios, which has a magnetic sheet on the back. So I'm using the magnets to hold those die cuts in place while the glue just dries a little. And then I can just remove the foam tape of those inner pieces and stick those down. So you've got that lovely kind of dimension there to the cake design. So to finish this card off, I'm going to add a sentiment using this die from Creative Expressions. It was a Sue Wilson die. It says, "On your wedding day." I don't think it's available anymore, but if I can find it anywhere, I'll leave it in the description box below linked. But it is retired, I believe, because obviously Creative Expressions is no more. But any wedding themed sentiment die would work for this, so use what you've got in your stash. I've die cut a few of the sentiments out of some white cardstock, and then I've done a gold layer which I'm going to add on the top. I just wanted it to have a little bit of structure to it because obviously it's quite a delicate die. I'm just applying some Belly Arts liquid glue to just a piece of packaging that I'd got in my bin that I pulled out, and I'm just using a sponge, and I find this the easiest way to glue these really delicate die cuts together. Normally I'm quite happy just to use the fine tip on my glue bottle, but this is such an intricate die that just using a sponge and some glue makes it a lot easier to stick it together. So I'm just going to add a little bit more just so that I've got all of those layers together, and I'm working on the top of the die rather than the bottom of the die cut that's going to be on the top, so that we don't get glue visible on that gold cardstock. Again, I'm just going to use my magnets to hold it down while it dries, and then I'm going to add it to the front of my card just using some liquid glue. I wasn't sure where to put the sentiment at first, but I did decide to overlap the 2 kind of bottom tiers of the cake just so that it stands out a little bit. I felt like it was getting lost with the floral stickers if I put it on the bottom tier of the cake, so sticking it across the 2 tiers like that just helped it stand out a little bit more. I'm adding a few little flat back gold gems just to finish using a wax pickup pencil, and then that is the first card finish. A really simple design, but I think it looks really stunning, and it's a great way to use your nesting dies to create shapes. So in this case, I think these dies created a beautiful cake, and also a great way to use your PET tape as well. You could of course use washi tape if you prefer, or pattern paper even, but if you don't have any of those, then I'm going to show you how you can use your stamps to create the same effect as well. So I've got this lovely flowers stamp set from Gina Designs, and I'm just going to stamp that lovely floral spray on some white cardstock. I'm going to use some Wow embossing ink because I'm going to emboss this image in gold, but you could definitely stamp it in black and then colour the image in. I just wanted to demonstrate quite quickly how this card could be put together, but you could definitely take your time and spend some time colouring the image in. So once I've stamped it with the embossing ink, I'm going to add some Wow polished gold embossing powder, and I'm just going to make sure that that's got good coverage all over the stamped image. I'm going to pop the excess back in the pot, and then I'm going to heat set it on the hottest setting on my Wow heat tool, and I'm going to melt it from underneath. That just gives you the smoothest, best emboss. So yes, you can heat it from on top, but you definitely get a much smoother embossed image by heat setting from underneath, and it also makes sure that none of that powder blows away while you're heat setting it. Now, because I've used a stamped image, I really want the design to be continual going up the cake, so I'm just going to line those dies up on that panel, and then I'm going to run that through my die cut machine. I've used my Big Shot off camera just so that I could die cut those in line, and then I'm just going to pop out all of those frames and the centerpieces as well. I'm then just going to make sure that I've got all of those pieces lined up correctly. So you want to make sure that your centre pieces are the right way round. And that is the same with the PET tape as well. You want to make sure that the design is lining up correctly. So make sure that your pieces are the right way round. And then I'm just going to use my stamping platform, and I'm going to add a little bit of interest to the background of this card. Otherwise, I kind of feel like the white on white might get a little bit lost. So I decided to add some Dusty Rose ink from Gina Designs, and I'm using this simple dot stamp from the Concord 9th Kristina Werner line, and I just think this gives a really lovely bit of extra interest to the background. Now again, this is completely optional. You might like the white on white tone, or you could use an embossing folder or a piece of pattern paper, whatever you prefer. And I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to stick the frames down with the liquid glue, and then I'm going to pop these center pieces on some frame tape. And I'm just making sure that I've got the design nicely lined up as well as I'm sticking those pieces down. We didn't have to worry too much on the other card because it was the pet tape, so each tier of the cake had a different design on. But because this is a continual stamp, I really want the image to line up nicely. To finish the card off, again, I used the same die that says on your wedding day, and I added a few little pet tape stickers of the butterflies and a little bit of flowers on the top and a few little gems just to finish. Those were entirely optional steps, and again, you could use stamped images here if you prefer. But these are the two cards that we created today, so I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it's given you some inspiration of ways that you could use your nesting dies creatively, and I hope that it's given you some ideas for using PET tape as well. Remember, you could always use washi tape in exchange for PET tape, or as I've showed you today, you can use your stamped images and create the same beautiful cards as well. All the products that I've used will be linked in the description box below as always. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this tutorial, leave me a comment, and if you're not subscribed to my channel already, then I'd love to have you stay, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.